In a special function, today we are going to start a new polynomial or a new function which is called Bessel's function. Actually, to know the idea of Bessel function, first of all we will solve Bessel equation and you will see that the solution of Bessel equation is actually known as Bessel function, or you can say the Bessel function of first kind. So let us first solve Bessel's equation. You know Bessel's equation is of order n is given in this way: x square d2y by dx square plus x dy by dx plus x square minus n square y equal to 0. Actually, this particular equation which I have defined in this equation 1 is known as Bessel equation of order n. And the particular solutions of this equation 1, which is called Bessel's equation, are actually known as Bessel's functions of order n. Now let us see what will be the series solution of this equation 1. You can see when we will compare this equation 1 with the standard differential equation of second order with variable coefficient, then actually at the place of p naught x, that is the coefficient of d2y by dx square, which we denote by the symbol p naught of x, at the place of p naught of x there is x square. So you can see when we will put x equal to 0, then you can see that p0 of 0 will be simply equal to 0. Since p0 of 0 is 0, so you can say that x equal to 0 is a regular singular point of this equation 1. And you know, if x equal to 0 will be a singular regular singular point of equation 1, then we take the series solution of such equation in this form: y equal to x to the power m times a naught plus a1x plus a2x square plus a3x cube and so on. And in compact form we write this solution in this manner: y equal to summation over k from 0 to infinity akx to the power m plus k. You know it. Now to get the series solution, first of all we will find the derivatives dy dx and d2y by dx square. So you can see from here, by ordinary differentiation, when we will differentiate this y with respect to x, you can see what will be the result. The result is simply m plus k ak x to the power m plus k minus 1. And again we will differentiate this dy by dx with respect to x, then we will get d2y by dx square, and do the ordinary differentiation of this much. Since m plus k is a constant factor, so it will be outside of the differential operator, and ak will be also outside. So we will simply differentiate x to the power m plus k minus 1, and that will be what? That will be m plus k minus 1 into x to the power m plus k minus 2. So you can see we have defined y, dy by dx and d2y by dx square. Now let us substitute the value of y, dy by dx and d2y by dx square in this equation 1, which is actually Bessel equation. So now let us substitute it in it. So you know the first term in Bessel equation is x square d2y by dx square. So I have written here x square, and at the place of d2y by dx square we will write this much. So this is the first term, plus the second term in Bessel equation is x dy by dx. So I have written here x, and at the place of dy by dx you can write this much. So I have written it. Now the last term in Bessel equation in LHS is x square minus n square y. So this is x square minus n square y. Y you have defined it as summation k from 0 to infinity akx to the power m plus k, and so this is equal to 0. Now we will simplify the LHS of this equation to some extent. You can see here, when we will multiply this m plus k by this m plus k, you will get m plus k whole square. And when you will multiply m plus k with minus 1, then there will be minus m plus k. And this factor remains at is ak x to the power m plus k. And again, when you will multiply by this x square to this factor x to the power m plus k minus 2, then this plus 2 and minus 2 will cancel, and so there will be x to the power m plus k. Now see the second term. We will simply multiply by this x to the power m plus k minus 1. So this minus 1 will cancel by the power 1 of x, and so there will be summation k 0 to infinity m plus k ak x to the power m plus k. And in last term, first of all, we will multiply by this x square to this factor x to the power m plus k. So there will be summation over k 0 to infinity ak x to the power m plus k plus 2. You can see here, I have written it here. And now we will multiply by this minus n square to this factor. So that will be simply minus n square ak x to the power m plus k, and that equal to 0. Now you can see in LHS, actually the first two terms contains x to the power m plus k. You can see here, and also this ak. So we will take this ak into x to the power m plus k as a common factor. So what will be the result? That will be simply m plus k whole square minus m plus k and plus m plus k, and common factor will be ak x to the power m plus k. Actually in the last term, you can see here, in the last term there is also the same factor ak x to the power m plus k. So I have also associated the last term in this. So here will be minus n square, and then we will take this as a common factor. And this term remains unique. So I have written it here, summation k 0 to infinity ak x to the power m plus k plus 2, and that equal to 0. Now you can see this m plus k is minus here, and here it is plus. So both of these will cancel out, and only the terms remains m plus k whole square minus n square. So you can see it here, and the common factor is ak x to the power m plus k, and the last term remains at is, and so this is equal to 0. So let us consider this is equation 2. Now you know, in series solution, first of all, in this condition we have to obtain an initial equation, and to obtain the initial equation we simply equate to 0 the coefficient of lowest power of x, because our series is in terms of ascending power of x. So in this condition we equate to 0 the coefficient of lowest power of x to get the initial equation. And you can see in this series, since x contains the power m plus k and m plus k plus 2, so to get the lowest power of x, we will put k equal to 0. When we will put k equal to 0, in first term there will be x to the power m, and in the second term when we will put k equal to 0, the power on x will be m plus 2. It means lowest power is what? Lowest power will be x to the power m. So you can say, to get the initial equation we will simply equate to 0 the coefficient of x to the power m, and this will be obtained when we will put k equal to 0. So put here k equal to 0. In first term, when k will be 0, then there will be m square minus n square. and a0 because we have taken k equal to 0. But in second term there will be x to the power m plus 2. So that will be not taken. So what will be the coefficient of x to the power m? That will be simply m square minus n square, and it is obtained by taking simply k equal to 0. So you can see the coefficient of x to the power m is m square minus n square into a naught, and that is equal to 0. Since a naught is not equal to 0, so definitely the second factor m square minus n square should be equal to 0. So I have taken here m square minus n square equal to 0, and so m square will be equal to n square, and the solution will be m equal to plus minus n. So you can see there are two roots of this initial equation. One is plus n and another is minus n. Now again we will equate to 0 the coefficient of next term, that is by taking k equal to 1. So you can see when we will take k equal to 1, then we will get actually x to the power m plus 1, and the coefficient of x to the power m plus 1 will be what? That will be simply m plus 1 whole square minus n square a1. So you can see this is m plus 1 whole square minus n square into a1 equal to 0. Now as I have obtained m equal to plus minus n, and you can see if we take m equal to plus minus n, then actually this term m plus 1 whole square minus n square cannot be 0. And similarly if it is not 0, then you can say that definitely the second factor will be equal to 0. So you can say a1 is equal to 0. So in this way we have obtained the coefficient a1 and its value is 0. Now you know, to get the general result for coefficients, we find a relation which is called a recurrence relation, and to find the recurrence relation we have to equate to 0 the coefficient of a general term. So now let us equate to 0 the coefficient of x to the power m plus k plus 2, and for this we will have to replace in the first term. You can see here in the first term, since there is x to the power m plus k, but we have to make it x to the power m plus k plus 2. So to making this power m plus k to m plus k plus 2, we should replace this k by k plus 2. So in first term let us replace k by k plus 2. Then you can see that this will be m plus k plus 2 whole square minus n square ak plus 2 plus ak, because in last term there is already this factor x to the power m plus k plus 2 and its coefficient is ak. So we will take it and that will be equal to 0. And you can see from here this ak plus 2 will be equal to what? Take this ak in RHS, that will be minus ak, and then divide by this factor to get the value of ak plus 2. And since this factor m plus k plus 2 whole square minus n square can be written as m plus k plus 2 minus n into m plus k plus 2 plus n, because you can use the formula a square minus b square equal to a minus b into a plus b. So ak plus 2 is equal to minus ak divided by, let us arrange this, m minus n plus k plus 2 into m plus n plus k plus 2. This is just its simplification. So this formula which we have obtained in this equation 3 is known as a recurrence formula. Now from this recurrence formula let us put let k equal to now 1, k equal to 1. So when you will put k equal to 1 in this equation 3, then what you will get? You can see here will be a 1 plus 2, that is this is a3, and this will be equal to minus, see here, ak, so this will be a1 and divided by, I am not simplifying that denominator term, you can simplify it because there is no need to simplify it. In fact, in denominator we will also put k equal to 1, but there is no need to put it here. You can see that the denominator will be non-zero, and we have already obtained that this coefficient a1 is equal to 0. So you can see here a1 is equal to 0. So since a1 is 0, so this result will be simply 0. So a3 is equal to 0. Now put k equal to 3. K equal to 3. So when you will put k equal to 3, what will be ak plus 2? This will be a3 plus 2, that is this is a5. And what will be this? This will be minus a3 over. Again, I am not simplifying the denominator because there is no need of it. And you can see we have already obtained a3 is 0, so this result will be also 0. So what actually you infer from it? You can see as a1 is 0, so a3 is also 0, a5 is also 0. So in general, you can see all the coefficients containing the odd subscript, that is a1, a3, a5, a7, all will be actually 0. So we can write this result directly, that if we put k equal to 1, 3, 5 and so on, then we get a3 equal to a5 equal to a7 equal to so on, and this will be equal to 0. It means all such coefficients actually vanish. Now let us put the another values of k, and that will be 0, 2, 4 and so on. That is the coefficients with even subscript. So putting k equal to 0, 2, 4, 6 and so on. When you will put such values of k in the recurrence formula, then what will be your result? You can see easily from this recurrence formula. First of all, we will take k equal to 0. So you can see what will be our result. In LHS, we will write a 0 plus 2. Since there is a k plus 2 and k we are taking k equal to 0, and that is equal to minus ak, and k we have taken 0, so this will be minus a naught, and divided by, since in LHS there is m minus n, you can see here m minus n plus k plus 2, and we will take k equal to 0. So this will be what? This will be m minus n plus k, and k is 0, so this is 0 plus 2 into, see the another factor. Another factor is m plus n plus k plus 2. So this will be m plus n plus k, and k has been taken 0 plus 2. And so you can see this is simply minus a naught divided by m minus n plus 2 into m plus n plus 2. This is actually the value of coefficient A2. You can say this is A2. Now we will put k equal to 2. So you can see this will be a k plus 2, that is 2 plus 2, and that will be equal to a4, and that is equal to minus ak, and ak will be now a2 because we have taken k equal to 2, and divided by m minus n plus k, and k we have taken 2, so this will be 2 plus 2 into another factor is m plus n plus k, k is 2 here, and plus 2, and you can see we have already obtained the value of a2 here, you can see. So we will now substitute at the place of this a2 the value which we have obtained here. So its value is minus a naught over this much. So this minus and this minus will become plus when we will put the value of a2. So this will be simply a naught divided by m minus n plus 2 into m plus n plus 2. This is actually the value of a2, and into you can see this is m minus n, and this 2 plus 2 will be 4, so this is 4, and again m plus n plus 4, this 2 plus 2 is 4. So in this way we have obtained the coefficient a4 from the recurrence relation, and in fact in this way you can find a6, you can find a8, and so on. We can find it. So now we can write the solution of the Bessel equation, which actually we have defined in this equation. You can see here that the solution is what? In fact, this is the solution which is defined in this equation 2. You can see x to the power m a naught plus a1x plus a2x square, and so on. So I am just repeating that equation 2 first of all, and then we will substitute the values of these coefficients. So therefore you can write y equal to x to the power m into a naught plus a1x plus a2x square plus a3x cube plus a4x4 and plus so on. Now you can see this will be x to the power m a naught, and you have already obtained that this a1 is 0, so this will be 0, and plus a2. You can see the value of a2 which we have just obtained is this minus a naught over this much. So now at the place of a2 we will write this. Since it is minus, so here will be actually minus minus a naught x square and divided by m minus n plus 2 into m plus n plus 2. You can see. and again this a3 is 0, so this will be plus 0 and plus a4 x4 a4, and you can see here what is the value of a4. We have obtained actually here a4, and this is this much you can see here. So now let us put the value of a4. So this will be a0 x4, x to the power 4 is there, so we write x to the power 4 and divided by, you can see this expression m minus n plus 2 into m plus n plus 2. This factor may be written as m square m plus 2 whole square minus n square, and this factor may be written as m plus 4 whole square minus n square. So I am just writing after this simplification this factor. This is m plus 2 whole square minus n square. You can write in this manner for simplicity, and into m plus 4 whole square minus n square. I have written this in this manner, and minus so on. Actually this will be the solution of the Bessel equation. Now let us say this is equation 3. Now depending upon the value of n, actually we have different types of solution. So first of all, to get the idea of Bessel function, we restrict the value of n in this way, that n is neither 0 nor an integer. In fact, in this condition you will see there will be two independent solutions of Bessel equation, and those independent solutions are actually known as Bessel's function of first kind. You will see here. So let us see when n is not equal to 0 and n is not equal to an integer. This is the specific case which we are considering here. So remember this. We are going to find the solution when n is neither 0 nor an integer. In fact, in this condition, you have seen that the initial equation has two roots which we have obtained earlier. Here you can see m equal to plus minus n. So actually in this case there will be two values of m, one is n and another is minus n. So we will get the two independent solution of the Bessel equation in this condition. So in this condition we have two independent solutions. Independent solutions, and those independent solution will be for what? For m equal to n and m equal to minus n. First solution will be for m equal to n and another solution will be for m equal to minus n. So let us now first of all see what will be the solution for m equal to n. So you can see here, for m equal to n, we get, when you will take m equal to n, then see this solution defined in equation 3 will be what? We will write this solution as y1, let us say. So we write this solution as y1. This is first independent solution. And you can see in this equation, since a naught term is contained in every term, so here is a naught, here is also a naught, here is also a naught. So we will take simply this a naught as a common factor. And so we will write a naught into x to the power m. And as we have taken m equal to n, so we will write x to the power n into. Now at the place of first term there will be 1 and minus, you can see here the second term, since it is 0, so the second term will be a naught has been taken common factor, so second term will be x squared divided by this much. But you have taken m equal to n, so this m minus n will cancel, so there will be only 2 here, and here will be m plus n, that is n plus n, that is 2n. So that will be 2 into 2n plus 2, you can see. So this will be 1 minus x square over 2 into 2n plus 2, 2 into 2n plus 2, and plus x4, you can see this will be 2 into 4 into 2n plus 2 into 2n plus 4 and minus so on. Now let us simplify it to some extent. This is a naught x to the power n, and since it is an alternate series, you can see the sign of the term alternately changes. So we can write this in this manner: 1 minus 1 plus minus 1 to the power 1 x square divided by. And here you can see that if we will take 2 as a common factor in this, this will be simply 2 square into 1 factorial, because 1 factorial is simply 1, so you can multiply by 1 here, and n plus 1, and plus here will be minus 1 to the power 2, that will be simply 1, so we can write like this: x4 and divided by. Again take 2 as a common factor here, also 2 from here as a common factor, then your result will be simply 2 to the power 4, and this 4 can be written as there will be 3 2 and 1 2 from here, so that will be 2 to the power 4, and the remaining factor will be 2, and you know 2 can be written as 2 factorial, and here will remain n plus 1, here will be n plus 2, so this is n plus 1 into n plus 2. This is just an easy calculation, and plus so on, you can see. Now you can write the RHS of this equation in compact form by the use of sign of summation. You can see we can write this y1 equal to a naught x to the power n, and the series inside this square bracket now can be written as summation k 0 to infinity minus 1 to the power k and divided by 2 to the power 2k into k factorial into n plus 1 into n plus 2 into so on into n plus k. You can write it in this manner. In this manner we can write. Now by the use of gamma function, you can write this expression in a simple form. You can see this equation can be written as y1 equal to a naught x to the power n summation k 0 to infinity minus 1 to the power k gamma n plus 1 and divided by 2 to the power 2k into k factorial into gamma n plus k plus 1 n plus k plus 1 into x to the power, see here, in fact here will be x to the power 2k, x to the power 2k. Let us say this is equation 4. Why I have written it? You can see, in fact, if you write the numbers in denominator, that is n plus 1 into n plus 2 into so on into n plus k. You can say this is 1 over this much. This can be written as 1 into 2 into 3 into so on into n and divided by 1 into 2 into 3 into so on into n plus k. You can write it. Now, because this 1 into 2 into 3, first of all write here for simplicity, you can say n plus 1, then n plus 2, n plus 3, so on up to n plus k. You can write it because you can see I have multiplied by this factor 1 into 2 into 3 up to n, and also multiplied in numerator and denominator, so the result will remain same. Now this product 1 into 2 into 3 into so on, that is simply written as gamma n plus 1, and this product in the denominator, that will be written as gamma n plus k plus 1, and this is why we have written this solution in the terms of gamma function. You can see, so this is actually the first independent solution of Bessel equation. Now when we will replace, or you can say when we will take the another root of the initial equation, that is m equal to minus n, then we will get actually the another independent solution. So when we take m equal to minus n, then we get another, or you can say second, another independent solution of Bessel equation. And to get such independent solution, we will simply replace n by minus n in this equation number 4. You have to do nothing. You have to simply replace this n in this equation 4 by minus n. And you will get directly the second independent solution of Bessel equation. For this, we replace n by minus n in equation 4. And let us denote this second independent solution by the symbol y2. So this y2 will be what? You can see, as this solution is a naught x to the power n. Now n will be written minus n. So this will be a naught x to the power minus n. A naught x to the power minus n, and summation k 0 to infinity, and you can see here is minus 1 to the power k, and there was gamma n plus 1. So here will be minus n plus 1, and divided by 2 to the power 2k into k factorial, and here is gamma n plus k plus 1, and now n will be written as minus n. So this will be minus n plus k plus 1, and x to the power 2k. So this is the second independent solution of the Bessel equation. Now, to get the complete solution, you know, as y1 and y2 are the independent solutions of Bessel equation. So the complete solution will be given simply by the linear combination of these two solutions. So therefore, the complete solution is given as, the complete solution y will be simply the linear combination of these two independent solutions. So you can write c1y1 plus c2y2. Here actually this c1 and c2 are arbitrary constants, you know. Now in fact, taking the value of this coefficient a naught in a particular form, we get a particular type of solution, and you will see that solution is actually called Bessel function of first kind. So now let us define this a naught in fact in a particular manner. So since you know this a naught is an arbitrary constant, so we can define it in any manner. So let us choose. A naught as, this value is taken arbitrarily. So if we take a naught equal to 1 over 2 to the power n gamma n plus 1, if we take like this, then you can see what will be your first independent solution. You can see this in this equation 4. So in this equation 4, we will simply put at the place of a naught the value which we have taken here. So you can write it in this manner. So the first independent solution, is given as, this solution will be what? You can see a naught x to the power n, and a naught has been taken as 1 over 2 to the power n and gamma n plus 1, and x to the power n is there, so x to the power n, and summation k 0 to infinity. In fact, there is no need of this here. So summation k 0 to infinity minus 1 to the power k, you can see that equation, and gamma n plus 1 divided by 2 to the power 2k times k factorial into gamma n plus k plus 1. Now you can see this gamma n plus 1 will cancel out, and so our result will be y1 equal to, you can see here, this will be summation k 0 to infinity minus 1 to the power k over k factorial times gamma n plus k plus 1, and see here is x to the power n, and so this will be x to the power n and divided by, and you can see here is 2 to the power n and here is 2 to the power 2k, so you can write it as 2 to the power n plus 2k, and actually here was actually in fact x to the power 2k also, x to the power 2k. So on x there will be a raised power will be n plus 2k 2. So you can simply write it now in this way, y1 equal to summation k 0 to infinity minus 1 to the power k and divided by k factorial gamma n plus k plus 1 into x over 2 whole to the power n plus 2k. Actually, this solution which we have obtained here is actually known as Bessel function of first kind. This is equation number 6. Bessel function of first kind of order n. So this y1 is Bessel function of first kind of order n. And in fact it is denoted by a particular symbol Jn of x. It is denoted by Jn of x. So you can see the first independent solution of Bessel equation is called Bessel function of first kind denoted by the symbol Jn of x. And therefore you can write, what is this Jn of x? This is simply y1. So you can write it, this is summation k 0 to infinity minus 1 raised to the power k over k factorial times gamma n plus k plus 1 times x over 2 to the power n plus 2k. So this is actually the first independent solution of Bessel equation when n is neither 0 nor an integer, and this is called Bessel function of first kind of order n. Similarly, if you will take m equal to minus n, then we will get the second independent solution, and that is denoted by Jn minus n of x. Similarly, when you will put m equal to minus n, then j minus n of x, we will simply replace n by minus n in this result, and so you can see this will be summation k 0 to infinity minus 1 to the power k divided by k factorial and gamma n. N will be written now minus n, so minus n plus k plus 1 into x over 2 to the power minus n plus 2k. Minus n plus 2k. Actually, this solution j minus n of x is known as Bessel function of the first kind of order n. So this j minus n of x, this is Bessel function of first kind of order n, order minus n, not n, but order minus n. So you can see when n is neither 0 nor an integer, in that condition Bessel equation has two independent solutions. The first independent solution is denoted by Jn of x, and the another independent solution by j minus n of x, and these are known as Bessel function of first kind. So in this condition, the complete solution will be simply the linear combination of these two independent solutions. Since these are independent solutions, so to get the complete solution, we will have to express the linear combination of these two solutions. So complete solution is given as, we will write it y equal to an arbitrary constant a, Jn of x plus b, j minus n of x. So this will be the complete solution, where Jn of x and j minus n of x have been defined earlier, you can see, and here a and b are arbitrary constants. arbitrary constants. So you can see we have obtained the solution of Bessel equation and defined the Bessel function of first kind, that is Jn of x and J minus n of x. You must remember this definition, or you can say this expression for Jn of x and J minus n of x, because we will need this expression always while we will discuss the other concepts or we will solve the numerical problems. So definitely remember these formulas for Jn of x and J minus n of x.